Welcome back to the channel, everyone. It's winter. I'm Andre, and it's fat bike season. And I got something really interesting here from Wheel Science all the way down in Australia. These are, ready? Fat bike TPU tubes. Check the size of these things out. This is a regular fat bike rubber tube, TPU tube. Weight difference is significant. I'll weigh these at some point and stick it in the video here. But back in spring of 2024, these guys had a sale on for regular 29er TPU tubes. And if you bought two, you got the third one half price. Didn't matter which one. So I just got a fat bike tube. These are somewhere around 300 grams. This is over 1.5 pounds, I think. Now this has a little bit of sealant in it. This does not. Good thing about these tubes is they've got a Presta valve, and I might as well just open up one of them. They've got a Presta valve, and you can put sealant in them. Now I suggest you go to the Wheel Science website if you want to figure out what the specific sealant that they have tested. Obviously they haven't tested all. I tend to use this slime bicycle sealant stuff for my fat bike tubes. Okay. That could be one of the reasons they're a little bit heavier. But these tubes are, here it is. Look at the size of this. Like I said, Presta, removable core. So you pull the core out, you put your sealant in. But what I'm going to do is, I'm going to test these out on my fat bike, because I contacted the guys at Wheel Science and I asked them, do they have any practical Canadian weather where we can get down to -30 experience with these, and how do they perform at 5 PSI? So they offered to send me a pair of tubes to find out. So that's what I'm going to do. It is the second week, almost the middle of January, 14th, when I'm doing this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to load this into my back wheel. So to show you a fast forward of the process, we're going to put a little bit of my sealant in there, not theirs. And I'm going to ride. Today is Tuesday, normal ride day for us. We are expecting -16 temperatures. By the weekend, it's probably -5 now. So by Sunday, I will have some experience with one of these in my back wheel. Hopefully, over the next couple of days, I might load the second one into the front wheel to see how it behaves, because two different sets of pressure points, right? And give these a real test through this winter. So probably every month or so, I'll do a quick update on what I found. I tend to run my tires down as low as 4 PSI, depending on how mushy and wet or icy it is. We're not in the freeze-thaw cycle yet, so right now we're getting deep snow and groomed trails. As we get towards the end of February into March, we're going to start getting that really nasty icy, because we got a lot of melt, Southern Ontario, melt freeze. Anyway, let's get on with getting this into that tire, and you can watch along. I'm just going to speed this up because we all know how to change tires, right? Cool. And yes, I'm running 45 North studded tires, so this should be interesting. Using my all pointy, I need to make a hole for my Presta valve. There you go. Nice and neat. So now I've got the TPU tube here. This tire is already trying to jump off the other side. See that? Okay, let's bring this up here so I can work on this. All right. Here we go. What's interesting about this Presta valve is, I don't know if you can see it, but there are no treads. This actually has to hold itself in place. Let's make sure everything's seated properly. Let's get this back together. Turn this around this way so I can do this with my thumbs. Right, there you go. Nice and centered. Yeah. Okay. So, because if you look here, you can see that tires getting unseated. One of the tricks for getting fat bike tires when people try to mount them for tubeless is to use a band around the outside, right? And what it's going to see, you can see that the problem we're facing here is right there, right here. So the expansion of these tubes isn't working. What we're going to do is same process. So you can hear the tire, the bead getting up on the shoulder of the rim. Oops. This tire is properly seated now. I'm going to say, so my first try at mounting a TPU tube into a fat bike tire was a fail. We're going to try this TPU tube in a Maxxis Colossus 27.5 by 4.5. This is a new tire on a Yukon 2 back wheel. The reason that the cassette is gone is we're doing some waxing, cleaning and waxing. So let's pull this this Schrader valve. Put both of these in. Put this here. Tires off. Get the tube out. And just so make sure you have it nice and open so you don't damage the valve. Oh, push it through. There you go. So it's in. Get it nice and straight. Up the tire over the top. If this works, I'm gonna be losing my mind. On. Okay. So now I bet dollars to donuts that this is gonna work. And you have to get, the reason we're doing this is you have to get the tire up on the bead of the tire onto the edge of the rim and shoulder. Otherwise, when you're riding at low pressures, your tire will just come off. Very strange. We have been able to determine that TPU tubes will go into a Maxxis Colossus tire that's new on a giant Yukon 2 rear rim. It's up to Pauline. Tomorrow's gonna be minus 13. We can do a little test, see how this behaves. That's all I have to say about that. I would like to test this tomorrow to see how it works. Even if it's just a small ride at minus 13 with this down at 15 psi, we'll know pretty quickly. And we'll get back to you on that. Yes. So let's see just how, if you have to go up in the snow, you go up in the snow. That gives you more traction. Yeah. Pauline's tires aren't flexing enough. They probably could be a couple of psi softer to give them more grip. Let's drop. Spin this back.
What are those tires? What's that? Oh, yeah.
You can cut all the knobs off, it'll be fine.
Or that.
So we've just dropped this to unknown psi. We'll measure it.
5.
5.
Over here on 5.
Ow. Ow, my wrist. Ow. That hurts. Hey, TPU tube follow-up. I've managed to get a TPU tube mounted into this fat bike front wheel. It's the Dillinger 545 North tires. I had some real problems with my fat bike rear wheel. This is from a giant Yukon 1. I think my Dillinger 5 rear tire has been sort of stretched. Maybe the bead is all off, so I couldn't get the TPU tubes to mount the tire and push it on to the rim edge, so the shoulder. So it kept popping off the top. I was able to get one of these into Pauline's Yukon 2 front wheel. No issues at all. Brand new Dillinger 545 North 27.5 by 4.5 tires. So I've got this in my front wheel. So I'm really good now. I promised to show you something. The weight difference. So I'm gonna weigh this TPU tube is in its packaging. So this is pounds and ounces. So it's about 5.7 ounces, which is about 500. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. 161 grams. Right. So let's take, I have two different fat bike tubes here with a little bit of sealant in them. This one is 498 grams. Sorry, 17.6 ounces. Here's another fat bike tube, which is, wow, 19.2 ounces, 546 grams. So one of these is OEM with the bike. One of these is from 45 North of fatbikes.ca. Anyway, so what we're going to do now is we're going to, Pauline being much lighter than I am, and obviously me being a little heavier, we're going to test these TPU tubes over winter in the front wheels, because I've only got one to keep as a spare, and I want to hang on to this in case we have a flat or something, or test this later with do some puncture tests, see how it works. Anyway, so stick around for testing throughout the winter. We're hoping we miss the minus 15, minus 20 temperatures. We're gonna probably get out over the next couple of days, so it might be around minus 10. Drop the tires to about 5 psi, see what happens. Stick around, we'll keep you updated as the winter rolls along. So yes, these tubes do fit Dillinger 545 North. My problem is my back tire, as I said, is probably a little bit stretched from the years of riding. So it won't work in that, but it does work in newer tires that haven't been. So stick around, see you later. As always, trust less, ride more, ride smart, ride safe. See you on the trails. Take care.